So you've probably seen people accept Bitcoin donations for stuff on the internet that they make articles, videos, songs, things like that. And the way that they usually do this is they just post a single Bitcoin address on their social media profile saying, hey, if you want to donate some Bitcoin, please send it to this address. Now, the problem with this approach is that it defies some of the basic privacy protections that Bitcoin offers, as described in the original Bitcoin white paper by Satoshi Nakamoto. And as a result, both the people who are sending money and the person receiving it have degraded Bitcoin privacy when they use addresses in this way. This could be used to track payments and ultimately to censor these payments in the future. So when Bitcoin users send multiple payments to the same address, we call this address reuse. And the Open Bitcoin Privacy Project has this project called the Top 4 for 2016, where we outline some of the top threats as far as Bitcoin privacy goes. And address reuse is actually the number 2 threat out of the most important ones. If you're interested in learning more about address reuse and how you can spot it and what you can do about it, you can visit a link to the description for this threat in the video description below. There's actually a new type of Bitcoin address that helps with this. It doesn't suffer from the same kind of privacy problems. It's called a reusable payment code, or RPC, or sometimes people will just call them payment codes. There's only a couple wallets right now that support payment codes, but hopefully more wallets will adopt the standard in the future. So this tutorial will teach you how to use the currently available software to generate a payment code, so that when people send you money, you have the option to receive it in a more private fashion than the way it's currently working. And keep in mind that anywhere that you're currently posting a Bitcoin address, you can also post your payment code in addition. It's going to be a little bit longer, it's going to look a little bit different, but in a lot of ways it's similar to a Bitcoin address. And so wherever you're posting a Bitcoin address right now, you can also post a payment code, and then Bitcoin users that use software that does support payment code can send money through that fashion, and anyone who's using the old kind of software can always fall back to reusing the address that you've already posted. All right, so you're going to want to go into the App Store on your Android device, assuming that you have the Google Play Store installed, and do a search for Samurai Wallet. That's spelled with a U. And click on the install button to get it installed. You'll notice that it requires a few different permissions, mostly related to scanning QR codes and stuff like that. So go ahead and review those and then accept when you're ready. And once that's installed, go ahead and hit open. At this point, Samurai is going to prompt you to either restore a wallet or create a new one. You're going to create a new one, and you're going to enter a password or passphrase to encrypt your wallet. You want to select a password that is strong, and so you should probably use a password manager of some kind. In the next screens, you're going to be asked to create a PIN, and again, try to avoid using a PIN code that's commonly used. And then Samurai is going to give you a backup mnemonic consisting of 12 words, and you want to put those somewhere safe, somewhere where you'll be able to get them in the future if you need them, if needed, but also somewhere that's not going to be easy for someone to steal. Keep in mind that if you want to restore your wallet in the future, you're going to need both the 12-word mnemonic and also that password or passphrase that you set in an earlier screen. And it's going to take a few moments for your wallet to get initially set up and ready to receive payments. Once it's ready, you'll see that you have a 0 Bitcoin balance, and you're actually ready to go ahead and fetch your payment code from Samurai Wallet. So in order to get your payment code from Samurai Wallet, it's pretty easy. From the home screen, you're going to go ahead and hit the plus button and go to Payment Channels. And then from there, you'll click on the QR code icon at the top of the screen. And if you hold down the payment channel itself, you'll see that it will get copied to your pasteboard. And from there, you can paste it to wherever you need to put it. You can send yourself a text or an email if you need to put it on your laptop from your Android device. And if you were to actually send funds to another payment code, the way that this works in Samurai is, again, you click on that plus, you go to Payment Channel, and then you're either going to go to New Payment Channel if you're going to paste in a payment code for one of your known recipients, or if you want to send a donation to one of the recommended payment codes, for example, the Samurai Wallet developers, you can go to the recommended section. And keep in mind, it's going to require you to have some funds in your wallet initially before you can go ahead and open one of these channels. That's because you have to do a small Bitcoin transaction in the background to get things initialized. But once you have some funds in your wallet, you should be able to get started. So one of the things that you're going to figure out next is how to share your payment code with other people. Usually if you're pasting a Bitcoin address into a social media profile or a video description or wherever you normally put Bitcoin addresses, you can also just put the payment code there. But a neat way to link a particular payment code to your identity is to use a website specific to payment codes. And today we're going to look at paymentcode.io as an example for that. So go ahead and head on over to that website. If you click on create account, you'll see that it will prompt you for an email address and a password. So go ahead and type in your email address and a strong password. And then once you entered your paymentcode.io profile, you'll see that you have some different parts to the profile. There's a little picture that you can replace. You can change your username. This is specific to this particular website. It's kind of it's automatically and randomly generated. But most importantly, you can add a payment code and you can connect various social media profiles to your account. And this allows people to easily verify that the payment code actually corresponds to you rather than someone else, because you have to verify these things in order to actually add them. So once you're ready to add your payment code, you'll click on that button and you'll paste in your payment code that you generated, for example, from the Samurai wallet. You'll notice that it's kind of a longish random looking string. It always starts with an uppercase P and an uppercase M. And go ahead and give it a title. And then you can go ahead and click on Save Changes. And that's it. Once you have reached a sufficient level of verification for your profile, what you may find is that it will actually show up on a list of payment codes recently added. And you can see some people have already put their payment codes here. There's one for the OXT Blockchain Explorer website. There's one for BitOp, the Open Bitcoin Privacy Project, one for the Payment Code IO website itself, Samurai Wallet, and various other people who have used this site. So I definitely would recommend that if you're a payment code user, you should check it out and give it a shot.